Hello and welcome to Chocolate and Cheese. My name is Dom.
Hello, Lulu this.
Hi Lou, how are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
Today we will be talking about super useful websites. We have 10 websites that we think are really super cool. And the reason why we're talking about this today is I often find myself looking for, programs that I want to download or some kind of information I want to check up on the internet. And I, I find myself in the end having a virus, downloaded a virus, not really finding what I'm looking for.
Wasting time.
Wasting time. Oh my God, absolutely. Or you kind of find something, but then they, the website is trying to charge you like a fortune. So this won't happen with the websites that we have here today.
Yeah.
Shall we start straight away?
Yes, please.
Okay, our first really cool website is a site called hotelwifitest.com. Okay, now this is great for anybody really who travels to other countries, and that could be for leisure or it could be for business. Basically, it allows you to check hotels according to their Wi-Fi speed, and I think that's really, really useful. So, for example, if you are somebody who really just wants to check their email, then the Wi-Fi speed is not really a big issue anyway. But if you kind of like want to listen to internet radio or even want to watch YouTube videos, there you would have to have quite a speedy internet connection. So with this website, you can actually check your hotels not only in terms of all sorts of different features, but especially for the Wi-Fi signal. And I think that's pretty cool, actually. I've never come across anything like that, so that's quite cool.
And then that's the name?
Oh yeah, the name hotelwifitest.com, and all the websites that we talk about today, the links will be in the description. Okay, so you don't have to write it down as you're listening to this. Okay. The next one is, again, a really, really useful website. It's called accountkiller.com. Now, this sounds like, whoa, who's going to be killed? Well, it's really about getting rid of personal data on the internet. Okay, so for example, imagine you've been on various social media sites like Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and you just want to, cancel your account. You don't want to do this anymore, and you don't want all your pictures to be there, your information to be there, and you just want to delete this information. Now, a lot of these websites I found, and I'm sure that some of our listeners agree with this, it's very difficult to find the site or the specific website, where you can just cancel or just get out of it. Now, this website makes it very, very easy. Okay, you just type in the website you're interested in, and actually they have a suggestion of the most popular ones anyway. So Twitter and Facebook is there straight away, and once you click on that link, it just gives you the actual website where you can just close your account. And I think that's really, really useful. You don't want all that stuff, to be absolutely everywhere. To be honest, I remember I've signed up to things like, years ago, and I couldn't be bothered to actually do anything about it. I mean, some of that stuff is so outdated, it's really not useful. So if somebody was checking my name, it's just something I've done, I don't know, 20 years ago. So that's a way of getting rid of that, and I think that's pretty, pretty cool. Our next website, I'm sure this is what our Lou will enjoy probably most about the websites that we have here. Now, this is about really free education, online education. There's a website called Coursera.com. Yeah, again, the link is in the description. And this is about, offering hundreds of free online courses on really any topic. I've been to that website and I tried a couple of words. I tried like philosophy, and I even tried astrophysics. I'm not quite sure if something came up. But you can try loads of different, topics, and you can, do a free online course, and not just, from, like subscribe to a course by some guy, teaching in his basement. It's really legit schools from around the world. It's like, proper universities that offer these kind of things, and you can even get a certificate. I think that is so definitely something for your CV. But I think also maybe if you're thinking about starting something in more depth, why not just try an online course first to see whether that really suits you, and then really if you want to then properly enroll and be on campus and everything, where you then obviously have to pay. But
so there's a sample course.
it is, I guess so, yeah. But I mean, there's loads and loads of these courses, and they're absolutely free, which I think is just fantastic, you know, because things can be very, very expensive.
And certificate conference.
And you get that as well,
Wonderful.
absolutely. The next one, again, Lou, I think you probably like a lot. This is for all those people who just love their books, you know, for all the bookworms. Now, rather than buying stuff on Amazon and ending up with hundreds of books that you've read, you know, piling up in your room, blocking up everything, there's a website called paperbackswap.com. Now, basically, what you can do, as the name suggests, you can swap the books with other people. Okay, and I think that's just such a fantastic idea. You know, I was thinking about that myself, and I thought, hey, maybe nobody has ever thought about this. Wouldn't that be such a fantastic idea? I'm sure there are other websites already, but you know, we just came across this one and we checked it out. So what you would have to do is you register on that website, tell the service how, you know, what kind of books you have and you're willing to swap, and obviously also telling the system what books you're interested in. So once they find the book that you're interested in, you get that for free, by the way, you know, even postage being paid. But when you send things out, you obviously have to pay the own postage. So it's like, you know, give and take. But I really think a fantastic idea, you know, so you don't end up with loads of books, you know, just being in your house and not being read. You just continuously can read new books for free.
You change.
I think that's great. I really, really like this idea. The next one, this is for people who like to, you know, work with pictures, you know, picture taking. Lou, you love to take pictures with your camera. Yeah, Lou is obsessed with taking photographs and then...
Not good, though.
No, you're very good. No, I think you're very good. And then editing them. Now, obviously, there are loads of these photo editing softwares out there. Many of them very expensive. I mean, I just have to mention Photoshop, very, very expensive. There are some websites, such as sumopaint.com, the link is in the description, which actually offer it for free, and also online. Okay, so you don't actually have to download anything. You see, that's always the issue I find. When you download something, you're never quite sure, is this really safe, or is there some kind of bug? Is there a virus? Is there a spyware, malware?
Can I actually open that thing?
Will it work anyway? Absolutely. But here you just do it online and it's free. And I think, again, this is just great. On the go, editing your pictures, and you don't have anything to clog up your system. So again, I think a pretty neat idea. The next one I found particularly useful. I love my Wikipedia articles. Okay, so this is about the website Wikipedia, but it's not just about the site. If you're preparing, you know, I don't know, you know, if you're in school and you're supposed to learn about, you know, any particular topic, and you find this entry in Wikipedia and it's super, super lengthy, quite complicated as well.
Yeah.
There's and that happens, yeah. And there's a function actually in Wikipedia I've never come across. When you go to the left side of Wikipedia, you can see different languages.
Yeah.
I kind of knew that. But there's also, if you scroll down to the letter S, it actually says simple English. So once you click this, it will actually whisk you to a simplified version of the article. It's shorter and just simplified. I think that's fantastic, especially if you just want to quickly, you know, gather some information about something and you're not willing to spend hours just reading a Wikipedia article. Really, really good stuff. I've tried it, it really does make it simpler, you know. It just makes like short sentences and it doesn't use super complicated language.
Okay.
So I think pretty cool.
Wow, that's useful.
Isn't it? The next one is a website for when you break things. Okay, so imagine you have broken your iPhone, or you have broken your lawnmower. There is a website called fixitclub.com. Okay, and that basically has repair manuals for almost about everything that you can imagine. I actually tried the words iPhone and lawnmower, and it did come up with manuals. I think some videos, even definitely picture guides where you can really see how to repair something. I mean, when I break things, I remember this from the PlayStation, for example. It suddenly didn't work anymore, and I usually go to like blog sites where people talk about an issue and you know the kind of different things that they do. The problem is sometimes you just don't know how wacky these ideas are and whether it's really going to work. I mean, this is basically a place where people just go to find that kind of information, but also to kind of give that kind of information. And I think you can probably rate them as well, so you know this is pretty reliable. That this is the way of how you can fix a particular item. Okay, coming to our next super cool website. Well, actually, we're talking about Google here, Google in general. And this is for when you want to know about flight details. So imagine you are expecting somebody to visit you from abroad. Okay, so I don't know, your parents are coming to see you. And you just want to know, whether they have already departed, whether, when the flight is really, coming to
especially if you pick them up.
Oh, absolutely. You might know the details, but there's always delays and stuff like this.
Exactly.
If you know the flight number, you can just put this into Google search, and it will then immediately show you exactly where the plane is, when it's departed, and when it's going to arrive. And it gives you a nice little diagram as well. Very, very useful. I know that
and very easy.
It's super easy. You just copy paste the flight number into Google search. And there are loads of websites, applications, that kind of say that they do this. Sometimes you have to pay, or you have to deal with loads of, advertisements. It's just the easiest. You don't need anything else. You just type it into Google, and there you've got it. I think that's pretty cool. Right. The next website I find particularly useful. It's called Down for Everyone or Just Me.com. Okay. Now, basically, what this is about. Imagine you're trying to go onto, a website that you usually go onto. I don't know, like Twitter, or you want to go on YouTube, and there's a bug. It just doesn't let you go in. It just doesn't process. And sometimes you wonder, is this just happening to me right now? Is there something wrong with my computer, or is it happening to everybody? Is that website really down? Well, and for that, you can just go to that website, downforeveryone.orjustme.com, type in the actual URL, the address of the website, and it will tell you whether this is your problem or whether that site really is down. I think very, very useful.
A funny name.
Yeah, it's very long, but easy to remember. Down for everyone or justme.com. I love it. Our last website, I absolutely love this, and I'm sure, Lou, that you will love this. I've actually wasted the entire morning playing around with this. It's called stripcreator.com. Nothing to do with stripping or anything like that. It's about making comic strips. Okay, so if you're a bit arty, and you kind of like to, make comics anyway, it's a platform where you can play around with different characters, with what they say, what the title of the scene is, and all this kind of thing. Maybe just making one picture or a succession of different pictures, just like
3, 4.
Like a proper comic strip. It's hugely entertaining. You can really, waste a lot of time on that. It's very fun to do and very, very easy. So if you kind of like this kind of thing, try it out, check it out. Well, these were our, 10 super useful websites. They're all free and all working. We checked them out. And I think we should do something like this again. I think that was really fun, actually. We should try that again. Lou, which one was your favorite website of today? Which one are you going to try out?
I would like to try
Coursera for a free online course. Yeah, I think that's really cool. And I think I will just go back to my strip creator and make some more.
That's as well. I would like
some more comic strips, I think.